Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and I am a gorilla in the wrist. Today we're looking at this Baltany D12 homage and asking the question, is it as good as it looks? Let's get into it. So let's do a quick run around the watch. So this is a 36mm vintage inspired military style dial. It came on a leather NATO strap, which is actually okay. It's a decent strap, and the finishing of the furnishings does match with the bead blasted look of the outside of the watch. However, it adds about another ½ an inch underneath, which does away with the benefit of having what is quite a thin watch. The styling is very simplistic because it was there for a specific purpose. So there's a minute track all the way around the outside of the dial. The hands are very simple fence post hands. There's no date on this particular watch, and there's a small second hand at the 6. There's Roman numerals all the way around the outside and painted on indices, which are loomed. But that's it. These are very, very simple watches, and is covered by quite a nice domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. Again, this room is terrible for anti-reflective coating because, hello, there I am. So you don't see just how good it is, but it is effective. And it does also bring a really nice bit of distortion to the edge there, which is always really cool. As I mentioned, the finishing is, again, very simple. That sort of bead blasted look. And the only shiny bit is on the back, and even that you can't really see very well. And that's all there is to it, really. It's got 18mm lug width. The lug to lug is about 42mm, and it comes with a Seiko VD78 movement. Let's get into the detailed specifications. So this watch has a dial width of 36mm. It has a reasonable lug to lug of 42mm, which is why it is wearable for us gorillas. The lug width is 18mm again, which goes with the size and the style of the watch. It's 11mm thick, predominantly because it has the Seiko VD78 movement in it. And because it's on leather and not on a bracelet, it weighs in at a fairly paltry 70 grams. Has 100 metres of water resistance, so a decent proper field watch, and has a rather nice piece of domed sapphire crystal that gives you an interesting bit of distortion at the edges. So let's talk about the things that I don't like about this watch. Nothing. There's nothing I don't like about this watch. I have no gripes about it at all. The only question for me about this one is about whether it will fit you. It is entirely period appropriate size, somewhere between 35 and 36mm. Is very small. However, on this particular strap, it doesn't seem to make a great deal of difference. I'm going to sling it on wrist now, so that you can see that actually gorillas can wear them, because gorillas are known for going to war. There you have it. So yeah, it is small, But I think the leather strap kind of boosts it out. I mean, it does come in at about 42mm lug to lug, which I guess makes it a bit more wearable. I think actually it works on bigger wrists. I genuinely don't have a problem with it. And the other thing that's really interesting about this, and we'll get into it when we get into the likes, is it is a bit of a strap monster. But no, I don't think the size is a problem. So for me, that's it of the things I don't like. There isn't any. Okay, so let's talk about the things that I like about this watch, and there are quite a few of them. The first thing I really like is the absolute purity and simplicity of the watch design. Now, there's only limited credit of that for Baltany. However, it would have been very easy for them to say, oh, 36mm, not sure about that, and slung it onto a 39 or a 40mm, but they haven't. They haven't compromised the design principles, and you have to give them credit for that. So this wears as a small watch. It is a small watch, but so be it. So was the original. The biggest of the Dirty Dozen watches, and I can't remember which one it was now, was 38mm, but all of the others were between 35 and 36. So the second thing I like about it is its functionality. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and the visibility of the watch is very, very good. You can read the time immediately from whatever angle you are looking at it, unless you're sitting in my conservatory and the light is bouncing off my head. But it is very simple. There are no distractions. It is very symmetrical in terms of look. I think they've absolutely got this particular one right. The third thing I like about it is the price. So I picked this one up, I think in the June sale, for just under £73-74. It's currently showing, we'll stick the image up, it's currently showing at around £78, and it's not in the sale at the moment. You may be able to find it in the sale somewhere else and get a few more pounds off of it. But for me, with the movement that it's got in it, with the simplicity of finishing, with a reasonably decent leather strap, although I do really wish I'd gone for the two-piece, that's a fantastic price. And the final bit is just the wearability of it. I really like that this is an easy to wear watch, even for a gorilla like me. It's also a bit of a strap monster. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean now. So I have a variety of straps that we're going to do. What would be really cool is if you could put in the comments which one you think it looks best on. Strap choice 1. This is the original tan leather NATO strap that it came on. This is a decent quality, nice grey NATO strap that I bought just on the off chance that I would ever watch an 80mm strap. What I like about this one is actually that it does have the same the finishing on that is the same as the case. Third choice is this green seatbelt style NATO, which again suits the watch really well. I do actually like, there's a bit of a military vibe, isn't there, with the colouring of this. And again, this strap was bought for my Seiko SNK, and therefore the furnishings of it are again entirely consistent with the finishing on the case. So this one is a sand coloured NATO strap, not a particularly expensive strap, and I'm not sure that the fixtures go particularly well because these are, as you can probably see, fairly high polish. But I do think that colour, I mean, BlackDials generally tend to go with sand coloured straps in my experience. Feel free to disagree. And this colour particularly kind of has that military accented colour theme. So next up is this military themed silicone type strap. Again, managed to get the furnishings on the belt absolutely right. And this is very, very easy to wear, very smooth. I suspect my slight concern about this one is that I'm not entirely convinced it's appropriate. So this one is a braided leather strap, and this one tickles me, I have to say. Not literally, but the reason it tickles me is that I can imagine a soldier putting it on just a strap that they happen to have lying around. Particularly like it's a two-piece, we haven't had many two-pieces, which is great because it lets me show off the back, which is completely sterile. And then finally, probably the least appropriate of all of them is this mesh strap, which I've nicked off at Christian Lars' horrible piece of rubbish. I think I don't think this one really works. I've put it in because what it reminded me is the thing that probably would absolutely be period appropriate to this would be a metal elasticated bracelet, which I just don't happen to have in at the moment, so this was the best I could do. So let's have a go at summing this one up. I think this is an astoundingly good watch. I think at the price that you are paying for it, with the attention to the detail, which is fantastic, the finishing, which is very, very simplistic, but really, really effective and really well done. At this price, it's an absolute no-brainer. I would heartily recommend it. There is an affiliate link in the description to the video. Any money that's raised through there gets reinvested into watches for the channel, so please support us if you can. If you're interested, I would recommend getting this one. That's it for today. Just to mention that I've ordered 3 watches from the AliExpress sale, so thank you to everybody who tuned into the last video on my 5 picks. That video did particularly well. So at some point coming up over the next 3-4 weeks, there'll be another Baltany, there'll be another Pagani design, and there will be an Addies Dive Pilot watch, which I think may possibly be the best value watch of all time. So watch this space. It's the start of a bank holiday weekend in the UK, so have a fantastic long weekend if you're in the UK. Hopefully see you back again very soon. Take care.